Do you falsely believe you are safe right now? Watching the storm rage outside your window. Telling yourself, at least I'm safe inside this warm room. Are you breathing a sigh of relief? Getting high on the monthly drug we call a salary. In the past, I also believed this sweet, peaceful employee comfort zone was the ultimate goal. Back in college, rather than risking it all on a business, I strongly preferred the safety of a corporate job. Just as my poor mom taught me. I was only looking for the strongest fence to hide behind. Terrified of the wild jungle. Like a tiger cub curled up asleep inside a safe zoo. I firmly believed that eating the meat the zookeeper threw me was what it meant to be a wise adult. My mother, who spent her life as a school teacher, always stressed the safety zone to me.
Son, work hard, sweat honestly, and save your money. Never even look at risky paths.
Her words were warm, but in brutal capitalism. They were outdated answers that couldn't protect me. But on the opposite side of the dining table sat my father, with a completely different worldview. My dad, who saw through the cold reality of a business, refused to let me grow old inside that cage. One day, looking at my complacent self, he hit me with the brutal facts of capitalism.
The second rule of becoming rich. That snowball you packed together. You must roll it down the steep hill without hesitation. Just packing it tightly means you'll stay exactly where you are.
People instinctively fear losing money, so they hug their assets to their chests, only trying to protect them. But if you just hold on to it that tightly, it will all melt away from the heat of inflation. Because they hate losing, they desperately fight over cheap things, below market value, like foreclosures or crash stocks. When I graduated from college and stepped into the giant zoo called a company, the people there were doing the exact opposite of my dad's philosophy, running on a hamster wheel straight toward poverty. Whenever I tried to hustle in my free time or save money to start investing, my coworkers and seniors would jump out of the shadows and try to drag me back down. Don't invest, don't do business, you'll go broke. Just do your job right and save your money. They are bitter about being left behind. So they grab your ankles saying, "I'm not doing it, so you shouldn't either." Insecure, conservative jobs, this negative plague spreads even faster, making them lock their own cages. My poor mom always believed that money earned through physical sweat was the only truly valuable money in this world. She said putting that honestly saved money into a piggy bank was the absolute truth.
But my rich dad was firm. That is perfectly engineered brainwashing to keep you poor forever. Son, do the massive corporations and banking systems that rule the world. Earn money by sweating.
Sadly, those who only believe in the nobility of sweat are all poor. They end up as lifelong slaves on the hamster wheel of capitalism. True, the wealthy never sweat when they make money. They make capital and systems sweat for them instead. Between my mother's hamster wheel and my father's system, I fell into deep confusion. While you are paying off your mortgage and saving pennies at a painfully slow pace. Next door, the wife of an Nvidia director, who hit the jackpot investing, moves in carrying a Hermes bag. Over the last 3 to 4 years, someone blew up their net worth, making hundreds of thousands to millions in crypto and stocks. By standing still, you didn't protect your money. You instantly became relatively poor, feeling completely deprived. The world cries recession, but outside luxury boutiques in NY, Paris, people are still lining up to open their wallets. This world grades on a cruel relative curve. Matching the speed others make money is merely maintaining the status quo. People are absolutely terrified of the once-in-a-decade stock and real estate crash. At the slightest crisis, they throw away their snowballs and run away in panic. But a true investor calmly picks up the discarded snowballs right in the middle of the raging storm. The fact that a terrifying crash comes once a decade means something very simple if you flip it. It means the other 9 years are a massive bull market where you can grow your snowball like crazy, leaving behind those who missed the bull run and only crash at the top. I finally stood in front of the massive zoo gates, ignoring the cliche warnings that business leads to ruin. I pushed open the doors, holding me back with my entire body weight. There is only one reason I threw myself entirely into the wild jungle of entrepreneurship everyone warned me about. I refused to grow old with the regret of never knowing how fast and strong of a predator I truly could be. Right onto the raging river of volatility that people avoid because psychology and luck make it hard to protect money. I aggressively leapt onto Bitcoin and growth stocks to compound my assets faster than anyone else. At the same time, to ensure my rolled snowball wouldn't melt, I bought safe assets that rarely drop in value. I built a solid foundation for my wealth through real estate gap investing and commercial properties. Above all, to detonate my full potential, I launched my own company and became the CEO. Now, I am aiming another powerful weapon that lets me roar to the world. The snowball of infinite possibilities. This YouTube channel watched by the whole world, seeing the endless opportunities ahead rather than petty ad revenue. I pushed this massive snowball down the steep hill with all my might. Behind my back, negative people left in the cages will still laugh, point fingers, and leave hate comments, but ignoring their predictable mockery, I will smile coolly and charge down this slope fiercely. The snowball I rolled is explosively absorbing all the jungle's energy and growing exponentially massive, erasing the past where I stood still waiting to become poor. Every path this snowball touches opens up a road to wealth, breaking through the fierce storms when I finally stand tall at the highest peak of my life. The shadow behind my back will have risen into the shape of a massive, overwhelming beast, not a weak cub from the zoo, but a true tiger perfectly dominating the rules of the jungle. To live trapped inside the safety lines drawn by others. The certainty and potential inside me burn far too hot. My dad's brutally cold and painful fact-bombing ultimately forged me into the ruler of this jungle. I believe my poor mom, who begged for safety, will ultimately cheer on my leap over the fence with a bright smile. I am no longer a poor soul, trembling in fear of losing money. In this capitalism where stopping means poverty, I will roll my assets forever, faster than anyone else. Become the tiger that commands your own life. Never stop. I'll see you in the jungle. Everything my old coworkers and seniors told me never to do, I am doing every single one of them right now.